What's up, YouTube and privileged ones? Hello and welcome back to the channel for yet another Destiny 2 episode. In today's video, we are going over the Gofannon Forge, evaluating the team composition and what you should and should not do in the Forge to successfully beat it. This is a detailed guide on the second Forge of the Black Armory DLC, so if you're looking for the Volunteer Forge, the first Forge, that video will be linked down below in the description. Alongside this, let's begin. So, in the Gofannon Forge, you are going to want to evaluate your team composition first. All Guardians should be at least a 605 light or higher. I would highly recommend being at least the base level of 610 because the Gofannon Forge has a recommended light level of 610 and maxes out at the end on the boss encounter at 625. So, the higher you are, the less likely you are to have problems. Now, your fire team composition overall should be a hunter, a titan, or a warlock. Doesn't matter what you use, but you want to make sure that you have supers that are going to be beneficial. The blades with shards of Galanor is a great super and an exotic armor piece that you would want to use. Alongside that, Chaos Reach with the Geomag stabilizers is a super for the warlock and a exotic armor piece that you would want to use. If you're going to be rocking a titan, I highly recommend actually for this one running a Sentinel Titan with the brand new shield that allows you to do a lot more DPS. This shield overall is going to help you with a certain section of the Forge, and that is going to be the boss encounter. If for any chance you want to have a roaming super, then I would recommend hammers and have melting point for the boss. And alongside this, you're going to want to rock the ability of being able to do as much damage and suppression to the enemies around your team, because you're going to be the one that overall protects your team as they're doing DPS phase. From there, weapons that you're going to want to use. I highly recommend using weapons like a sniper rifle, a scout rifle, hand cannons with high impact and a lot of damage, or running machine guns, rocket launchers, 1,000 voices. You can run the Wardcliff coil for a specific exotic rocket launcher. You can even run the twin-tailed fox. There's a lot of exotics out there that you can use, and there's a lot of different heavy weapons to use. If you're going to be rocking a sniper rifle and you're going to run the sniper rifle strat, then you're going to want the Sentinel Titan ready with a shield. You're going to want the Warlock to have Chaos Reach for more damage later down the road, or he could also end up running the Well of Radiance. If they pop the Well of Radiance and you have the Sentinel Titan pop his shield, and you're shooting the Whisper of the Worm through the shield at the boss, you should be able to kill the boss fairly quickly. This is one of the easier strats to kill the boss. Another strat is simply hiding in the back left corner of the room, aiming at the boss, and doing as much damage as possible while someone runs around and kills adds. After the one person is running around killing adds and everyone else runs out of ammo, the one person that was running around killing adds can cycle in and start doing damage to the boss as well. Also, remember to cycle supers. Cycling supers allowing you to generate orbs, allowing for your other teammates to get their supers back, allow you to do more DPS to the boss and the adds around you, allowing you to add clear, also being able to control the zone, and doing damage to the boss is very crucial. Alongside this though, there are a couple of strategies you want to run on waves 1 and 2. Inside the Gofannon Forge, it's a very open space, and it's going to have special enemies opposed to the Volunteer Forge. In the Volunteer Forge, you had a lot of close range melee attackers, and in this one, you've got Drags in the first round actually shooting Scorch Cannons, which they're quite a bit of a pain in the ass, but if you run up with them with a shotgun, it works just fine. Or you can go up and throw a grenade, you can melee, you can kill them with a hand cannon, or you can kill them from a long distance. Doesn't matter. They are a blue target. If you kill them, it increases your overall time on the clock, so you can continue on. Next up, you are going to be in the second round. The second phase has Exploder Shanks, and the Exploder Shanks also will have arc charges on the ground. The arc charge, if you go into it, will slow you down, stop you from jumping, and you will also take damage while you're inside of it. So if you kill the Shanks, then that arc charge will go away, allowing for the open field to be there again to play. You can actually run around wherever you want. As long as the arc charge isn't there, you'll run around freely. Then there will also be huge Shanks. These armored Shanks are going to do a lot of damage. Make sure that your team calls it out and you go immediately to it, destroy it. It will add time to the clock and it will drop 2 orbs on the ground that you're supposed to throw into the forge. The next thing that I want to talk about pertaining to enemies is the sniper Shanks. Make sure that you stay out of the line of sight from the sniper Shanks. Kill them as quickly as possible because most of the time, if you're low enough light level, they will one-shot you. So use cover. Just make sure that you're using cover. You'll be good. It'll be fine. They'll drop the orb on the ground. You won't have to worry about them anymore. Now, both rounds 1 and 2 are the purpose of being able to kill the blue adds, grabbing the batteries, and then throwing them into the forge to ignite it. Once the 2 forge waves are ignited, that's when you go into the 3rd round, which is going to be the boss phase. That is where you use the previous strategies mentioned to kill the boss. Overall, a couple other things to mention or note is while you're doing this, make sure that you're not always focusing on the batteries that fall on the ground. If you're running out of time, if your fire team runs around and kills as many blue adds as possible, you can add a lot of time to the clock, allowing you to have more time to grab the batteries to throw them into the forge. Again, if you're running on 10 seconds remaining, why not increase that to a minute or 2 minutes remaining on the clock? Again, the batteries may disappear, but you have time and adds constantly spawn. As long as the adds constantly spawn, you have no time restraint because the more blue enemies you kill, the more time you have on the clock. Sometimes you can actually designate 2 guardians to run around and kill the blue adds, and 1 guardian to slowly go around, pick up the batteries, and throw them into the forge. Overall, you do have time, so don't worry about the time restraint. As long as you're able to kill the adds, you have plenty of time. Other than that, Guardians, that's basically the gist of the Gofannon Forge. I hope you all successfully beat it, and if you do, leave a comment down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like on it, share it with your fellow Guardians, and subscribe to the channel if you're new for future Destiny content. And with that being said, stay violent and be privileged.